today, but I want to talk about overcoming and eliminating distractions. Overcoming and eliminating distractions. So I want to tell you guys the definition of overcome. So the definition of overcome that I'm using today is to defeat or succeed in controlling or dealing with something. To defeat or succeed in controlling or dealing with something. So that's the definition I want to use for overcoming. And then the definition that I like to use for eliminating is to remove or take away someone or something. To remove or take away someone or something. So distractions could be anything, okay? And distractions can be good or bad. And I know we've talked about this for years, but I feel like it's really important to talk about this here in this emergent leader space, because if you don't fully get a grasp and a hold on your distractions, it'll be very hard to succeed. I'm gonna tell you, like, your success will be very hard because something will always take you out. Something will always take you out, whether good or bad, and you will rarely reach your goals. Can I get some honesty in the comments? Like, I want you to really think right now in the moment. Like last month, when you didn't really reach your goals, what are some things? Drop me something in the comments that blocked you from succeeding and hitting your goals. What are some distractions that may have stopped you from reaching your goals? Let's be honest. Let's be honest, okay? Because you can't bless who you pretend to be, and the truth shall set you free. Straight up. Yep. I want to even, if you say myself, I want you to even go deeper than that. Deeper than that. Yep. So when you procrastinate, what do? I want you to go deep. Y'all get real specific and get real clear on it. That's compare. So Brittany, I won't even go deeper than that. How are you comparing? What are you using to compare? Right? No schedule. That's good. Yep. Not using a schedule and just your time, just going wherever, sleeping in. Yep. Being fearful of rejection. Yep. Schedule. Oh, promotion at work. See, a good thing. Yeah. Focus. Yep. Not focusing, not scheduling time. Whoo, don't talk about that. Yep. Putting others before myself, saying yes too much. That's, yeah, me. Yep. Not doing the work, play games on your phone, not work your business, try to manage everyone else's. Come on, laziness. Better be honest. Not being myself. Come on, Kaylin, hiding. Yeah. Others in my ear. Can we get some snaps for that? Because I know that happens to a lot of people in the beginning. Yeah, continue to smoke. Oh, we just touch and agree right now in the name of Jesus for deliverance from that. Full deliverance, God. Take the taste out of our mouth. Sabotaging because I didn't feel like I deserve it. Yeah, focus, anxiety, anger, stress, not a consistent schedule. Oh, yes. Watching too much TV. It's turn it off. Coloring. Oh my God. Okay, come on, off day. Yes. Trying to do everything. Yeah, stress. Okay, so good. So I want y'all to be specific. And so really get down to the root of what it is that is blocking you from fully pressing forward, right? Fully pressing forward. So for me, like when I really like sit and like really think about it, it could be something as simple as me saying that I'm going to read in my bed before I go to bed, but I'm on the couch when I know I'm sleepy and I just need to go get in my bed and read my book. You know what I mean? And then I fall asleep on the couch and then it's 2 a.m. because my husband leaves me there because clearly it's his responsibility to get me off the couch and make sure I get in the bed like I'm one of his children. So anyways, and then I get up, I'm going to get in the bed at 2 o'clock, and then I got to get up at 5, and now I'm exhausted, because of that break in my sleep, and then my kids get in my bed, blah, 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 right? So all these different things, all these different distractions. So we're going to talk about the fact that there are 3 different types of distractions. I'm sure there's more, but 3 I'm going to talk about today. You have digital distractions, you have environmental distractions, and then you also have personal distractions, right? Digital distractions would be anything that's digital. So that would be your TV, that would be your tablet, that would be your phone. That would be anything. That could be an Alexa. It could be a Google, like whatever. It's just digital distractions. It could be a video game, right? It could be anything along those lines. And then environmental, y'all, it could be your workspace, right? So we talked about not working in bed, going into your office, getting out of the house. I know I talked to somebody on here about getting out of her house, and they have a community room. And so she was supposed to be going over to the community room to work instead of working in her house when she had the opportunity to do so and scheduling time to do that. It could be that. It could be even environmentally, your house not being clean because you don't have a house day. And so you sit down to work and all you see is stuff all around you that you need to pick up when you should have did that on your house day instead of doing whatever it is that you were doing. House day is not an off day. All right. House day is not a day for you to just sit on your couch and then just wash clothes. It's to do all your house chores. So that means to wash your clothes and get into the habit of dishes. Shout out to my husband. But get into the habit of washing your dishes when you use them instead of waiting around and having dishes, all these dishes to wash at the end of the day. Give your kids chores. If your kids do not have chores, start today. Ain't no reason why your kids got tablets and phones and they don't pick up a broom or some soap. Okay, like for real, you're not helping your kids if they don't have any chores. So real me that, like, get it together. We want to raise kingdom kids. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have kids who have responsibilities and are taught to take care and be good stewards of the things that God has given them. And so and then you also have personal distractions. Yeah, personal distractions can be just relationships, right? So discourse in your home, discourse with your family, discourse with your roommate, discourse, like those personal relationships can also be distractions. They can be something that block you from being able to fully work your business. Can I get an amen in the comments? You know exactly what I am talking about. Yes. That's so funny. So important. It could be discourse with your kids, right? You could be stressed out from your kids, like yes, in many different ways. Like parenting is hard. Like you can have those type of distractions as well. And so let's talk about some things that you can do. Um, oh, and then one more thing, just kind of like the icing on the cake outside of these different types of distractions, is you can have a spirit of chasing the next best thing. In this world, it can be something like chasing spiritual or personal development. That can be a distraction. Like, God, what is it that you got for me today? Let me you 5 sermons in and ain't sent a message. No shade. No, I mean, we need Jesus. You know what I'm talking about? All right. But in all honesty, like, think about this. You can be chasing, you can be like, okay, what host the post is popping? The one you put up, right? You think that there's something that you don't know. And so you're chasing the next shiny thing, thinking that's going to ultimately be the thing that gets you to the next level. Okay. So let's get into this. All right. So number one, your calendar. Hourly calendar, hourly calendar, hourly calendar. I always repeat this over and over and over again. If you ain't got one, then you disobedient. Ooh, I can rap. Um, get your hourly calendar, y'all. Get your hourly calendar. Get your hourly calendar. Get your hourly calendar. Get your hourly calendar and then fill it out. Fill it out. And I really should have brought mine downstairs so that I could kind of walk you guys through it. I've recently started to block my time, and you can do blocks of time, but I highly suggest taking a highlighter or even taking a pen and actually coloring out the blocks of time, because visually speaking, your mind will understand it more. And so what I've done now is, because it just helps me function on a higher level, I write out everything I have to do the entire day. So let me just start with tomorrow. So like tomorrow, I'm going to get up. I have my 5 a.m. I hop on prayer, have my alone time. And then at 6 a.m., I have power hour, right? So 6 a.m., then 7 a.m. is prayer, right? 7 a.m. is prayer. 7:15, my son has driver's ed. 8:15, he goes to his school. He goes to school because he does driver's ed somewhere else. So we have to go get him, take him to school. So 8:15, he goes to school. And he gets to school about 8:30. So 8:30, he goes to school. Then my husband will come home, or I'll come home, just based on whoever takes him. It'd actually be Breon. And then we have from 8:30, 8:45 until 9:15, because that's when we take the boys to school. So the boys have to be at school at 9:30. So we typically leave the house about 9:15 to take the boys to school, right? And then I'm probably getting back home. If I am, but I'm not, I am actually going straight from there to my workout, because my workout is at 9:45. So I would drop them off at school, go straight over to my workout that's at 9:45 to 10:25, right? So 9:45 to 10:30. So on my schedule, all of that will be written out. And then from 7:15 or 7 o'clock rather to about 11 o'clock, I will have a block. That is a block. And that block it will be colored in. I mean, it's not a business time. That is not business time for me. And so I give myself permission. I'm off, like technically. Now I may put some stuff in my stories. But I'm not out here like, I gotta get out 50 messages. I gotta get out. Like, I'm not gonna do that to myself in this season of my life. I just don't do it. So starting at 11 o'clock, I may start to take calls based on who's going to get my son from school. Yeah, I think y'all busy, right? So at 11:30, we go get my son from school, and we have to drive him about an hour away to his college course. Right. And so he has his college course, and that's from 12:30 to 1:20. And then we have to get the boys from school at 2:30. So that's another block, right? I'm not going to stress myself out. If I take Trey to class, then I can have a work session in the car because I'm just sitting there while he's in class. So I that is a block, that is a workspace for me. And then one thing I do, because a lot of you guys know, is on my drive, I'll talk to my son after I pick him up from school, and then I'll do coaching calls. I do coaching calls while I'm driving him to school. Y'all get what I'm saying? Making the most of my time. So then I'll come home and then I'll have another block where I am just with my kids and taking care of them and making sure they eat and all of that. And then I'll have my evening block for business. So how are you blocking your time? And then having a cutoff time that I go upstairs and get on my husband's nerves or fall asleep on the couch when I should be in the bed. Jesus fixed it. What does that look like? How are you blocking your time off? Y'all, literally every single thing should be in your calendar. If you don't have the Google Calendar, download it right now. Download it right now. The Google Calendar for me, I also put stuff in there. Say I just had something go off and to tell me that something's coming up with my emerging leaders training. But then I also put my sign dates in my Google Calendar. So it goes off. Anybody who gives me a sign date, it goes in my Google Calendar. And I ask them for time and a number, time and a number, time and a number. But I also suggest those of you guys who are using Google Calendars still get a written calendar. I'm not going to change my mind. I still believe that you need a written calendar and you need to write it out. Why? Because something happens mentally when you write stuff down. That's statistically. Something happens mentally when you write stuff down. So still fill it out. Even if you ain't paying attention to it like that, fill it out. And then also for those of you guys who have a family, we have a family calendar in our kitchen. And this may be too much for you, but that's fine. You see, and you know what? I felt that because people are like, that's too much. I can't do all that. Like, yes, you can. Fix your mouth. Like, watch your mouth. Yes, you can. You can do it. I've been doing it for years. Like literally years. I've been having a family calendar as my family's gotten better. I mean, bigger, better, yes. As my family's gotten bigger, because it keeps us all on one accord. So that I mean, I have a 16-year-old, and unless he's on our Google Calendar, which he really doesn't need to be, so he sees it on the family calendar. So everybody knows everything that is going on. Okay, everybody has everything that is going on. Come on, Patricia. Yes, lead from the front when it comes to that. So in your calendar should be family, it should be business, it should be you. Every day should have that component in it. Family, business, and you. Oh, I felt that. I felt conviction too. Some of y'all need to have like call mom or call grandma or call grandpa every day in your calendar. Every day. I need to do better at this. My husband calls his grandmother every night before he goes to bed. I'll be like, I got too much to say. I'm not gonna just call my grandma, be on her phone, but I need to just do it too. So if you don't do it every day, do it once a week. Reconnect with your family and whoever that is. I wish I had a daddy to call. I do. My daddy's no longer here. So call him, even if they get on your nerves. Just call him. Put his time at 6:50, and you got to be on the call at 7. Okay. Just be like, Daddy, I gotta go. I gotta call. You know what I'm saying? Like put his time right at 6:50. 6:50. My daddy get 5 minutes. Hey Daddy, just want to hear your voice. All right, I love you. I gotta go. I gotta call. I just really I'm glad you're doing good, you know. But put them on your schedule. Put them on your schedule. All right, number 2, do not disturb. I often really just see myself going back to the days when we had landlines. Anybody got one of them? Landlines, when it was busy or people couldn't contact you like that. I remember y'all when I took my 2 weeks off just recently. Like no lie, y'all, no lie. I took my 2 weeks off. That like I turned my phone off. So I have 2 phones. I turned one phone off and I completely put it in the drawer. It's what I do on my off day. Did y'all hear that? My off day, I turn my phone off and I put it in the drawer. But sometimes I turn both my phones off, and my family know that I have an off day and they honor my off day. And so unless it's an emergency, they ain't checking for me no way on that off day anyway. And I remember, y'all, the first time I went to the gym without a phone, period, and did my morning routine, I legit had anxiety. Like it was like, this phone is not that deep. Like I can't even go into the gym and leave my phone in the car. Because what if somebody calls about my kid and they got a daddy? He's home full time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that deep. And so I highly suggest that you reevaluate your relationship with your phone and get your power back. I will leave my phone in the car on purpose Sometimes it was like, I gotta, my husband and I were just high communicators. As y'all can see, that's my number one value for you guys. And so, like, when we get to our destination, we let each other know and just communicate and things of that nature. But also, what I realized is that my phone makes me lazy because instead of making a grocery list before I leave home and taking it with me, I could just be like, babe, check the cabinets, what we need. I'm never really fully present wherever I am. And so I suggest you get free because although we use our phones to work, maybe if you did go into the grocery store without a phone, you'd actually look somebody in their face, say hello, and you could prospect in person instead of being on your phone while grocery shopping. Yeah, you could look at the cashier and say, how are you doing? You know what? I want to give you a coupon. You could do that and actually connect with people in person. Because I'm going to tell you this, connecting with people in person feels better than connecting with people online. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. So literally it helps with eliminating distractions. And if you put your phone on do not disturb, yes, you can do that in the midst of working, but you can also do that in the midst of like your morning routine. So like I'm blocking out my time, put your phone away. So put it on do not disturb and just set it to the side. Set it to the side. Because if your phone is on do not disturb and you're supposed to actually be doing something, those of you guys who have computers, learn how to work from your computer instead of always working from your phone. Again, reevaluate the relationship that you have with your phone. Maybe you could call your declines if your phone wasn't in your hand all the time. Yeah, well, where's I need my phone? Okay, well, go through eSuite and actually like write down the names and numbers of everybody that have declines. See what products they were using instead of allowing your phone to fully control your life. All right, number 3, unroll.me. If you're like me, you may have a lot of subscriptions in your email. Yeah. To the point where you don't even see it works emails because they probably in your spam. Not right now. After this call, you're going to go to unroll.me and you're going to get free. It's a one-stop shop for unenrolling from all of those emails that you don't want. And let me help somebody. I'm just going to support you right now in the name of Jesus. I'm supporting you right now. You can unsubscribe from Shein. You can unsubscribe from Fashion Nova. Like unsubscribe. It's not that deep. Well, one day I'm gonna need a coupon. Well, one day you can re-enroll. Okay, not today. All right. So unsubscribe from all of those children's plays like Gap, Navy, wherever. Old Navy. Well, what about my books? Like, girl, bye. Unenroll from all of that stuff. Yeah, and I feel that because I'd be like, well, one day I'm gonna need a coupon for 25%. Boom. No, unenroll. Unenroll. It's something called Google, and 9 times out of 10, you can find the code on Google anyway. So go ahead and unenroll from it all of it, especially if you're on a spending spree. So, anyways, all right, number 4, one task at a time to completion. One task at a time to completion. This is a hard thing to master, y'all. But once you master it, it will change your life. Yes, and doing your least favorite task first, absolutely. But it will change your life. If you're folding clothes, fold clothes. Yeah, that don't mean you can't have something playing in the background, but it shouldn't be something that you have to touch or manage. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be like, well, I'm a respond to people in the midst of folding clothes. No, you're not. You can watch a movie if that's what you're doing, but 9 times out of 10, you should be doing some personal development because have you earned the right? Just because it's your house day doesn't mean you're off. So if you haven't earned the right to watch a movie, stop watching movies. That is leisure and it's going to make you $0.00. Personal development will change your life. Come through documentaries. You can be like me, you just love documentaries. They be good. Do something that's going to enhance you as you are doing these tasks, but one task at a time. Do not disturb. And not just do not disturb, put it in a drawer. I'm telling y'all. So don't just put it on do not disturb. And I've been real lenient with this because sometimes we don't have nowhere to put them. But if you come to a meeting with me, I don't like phones on the table are distractions. Put your phone away. Like it's almost like the whole phone to your bedroom is like having having a meeting in your bedroom. It's the same thing. Your phone is literally a distraction to the conversation. It's almost with an anticipation of somebody hitting you up. It gives you an inflated sense of importance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody gonna hit me up today. You know what I'm saying? You open up your phone, you ain't got not damn message. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like just checking your notifications. Like, what's up? Somebody comment, somebody send me. Who said something? And then you be like, who said something? And it'd be a straight like a spam message. You know what I'm saying? Like, who called me? Anybody call you? Put your phone away. Like, put it up. Put it up. And some of y'all need to turn off your notifications. Some you need to turn off your notifications and get more disciplined in actually working your business. What does that mean? Having specific times where you work your business instead of being open 24 hours a day. You have no boundaries. And so because you have no boundaries, that I think that takes me to number 5 and then the next part. So number 5 is breaks, like having breaks. You can't have breaks if your notifications are on. I live in the world of do not disturb. Some of y'all know. I literally have to turn my do not disturb off just so I don't miss calls and things of that nature. But if I miss calls, it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm allowed to have a life. Number 6 is to have shorter workspaces. So sometimes I like 2-hour windows. Those are good for me because I have a lot to do. And I also am task oriented where I make a list of things that need to get done. So this is where brain dump comes into place. You want to dump out all the things for your business that you need to do, but you also need to have a brain dump for your house, especially those of you guys who have a lot of responsibilities. What all needs to get done? Like for example, right now in my life, like still need to order Zayden's cake. I need to go and order Zoe's cookie. Like I have to order her decoration. So all these things are in my brain and they literally can be blocking me from working my business at the best place, right? So I can take a piece of paper and dump all this stuff out and it will change my whole life. But then on the flip side, I may have things that I need to do for business, like, all right, edit this video, create these graphics. Like I may have all these things over here on the flip side that need to be done. Send thank you cards, send recognition cards, send, you know what I'm saying? Go get some stamps. Like it can be order new receipts, Miss Yania, like on the way. That made me think about you. So order new receipts, like all those things on the side. That I need a new computer, like that computer, not computer, I do need a computer and a new printer. Okay, I need all of it. So I'm putting all of this stuff over here on the side, and this helps me be more productive. But then you guys have to decide, do you want to do small increments? When I was building my business, working my full-time job, I literally worked my business during the day in like 15-minute spurts. I did. I built to diamond in 15-minute spurts outside of the evening. So evening times, I had 2 to 3 hour work sessions, sometimes 4 hours. Okay. And then during the day, it was 15 minutes. So I worked as a case manager. And so I would drive to a location. I would send out some messages asking people to view the video. And then I would go into my meeting, come out of my meeting, send some more messages or reply, drive to my next location. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And so when people say that they don't have time, that's not true. You're not willing to make time. You always have time. You have time to do personal and spiritual development. Change the radio. Listen to something on your phone. Turn your book on. Do the things that are necessary to become a better you. All right. Number 7, income producing only. Anything else is a legit hobby. Income producing only. So income producing only. So what produces income? Let me know in the comments. What are some things that produce income? It's a good response, but ultimately it's signing customers and signing distributors. So those are the actions that it takes to get to it. So yes, eventually it does lead to it, but ultimately it's signing your customers, signing your distributors, retaining your customers, and recognition for your team. People like to be seen. They like to be heard. They like to be valued. The retention of the customers is a whole nother level. Some of y'all businesses would grow if you just called the customers in your organization and just said, hey, how are you doing? I just kind of want to give you a consultation on how to use your products. You ain't even got to sign them. You could just say, hey, I'm a representative from It Works and you're one of our VIP customers. And I just want to call and make sure that you know how to use your products. Just like a marriage, you have to work on keeping the relationship. And sometimes your distributors don't do a very good job of taking care of their customers because they don't know how. And so how can you, come on, little baby, get better? How committed are you to the game? Hey, I want to send you over a digital catalog so that you can know all the products that we have coming out. We have some new products dropping. Our customer program is revamped. So if you ever want to jump back in and get a one-time product, you can. Or we can get you set on a subscription that you can cancel at any time. Signing customers, signing distributors, recognition and retention, y'all. And yes, those are things that build your network. But like I told Brittany today, y'all, and what I talked about on the team meeting, we do a lot of stuff without earning the right to do it. And please forgive me if I've taught you that. Okay. So a lot of times we post and we expect people to to just jump on our post, but we really haven't done anything to be posted no way. And I'm not saying don't post. I'm not saying that. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is do something. Call some customers. Check on your team. Help somebody do something and then go post. And instead of always posting to get, post to give. Some of your posts should be to give. Sometimes it should be to just encourage somebody. So where is the recognition when you're posting on your page about your team and highlighting somebody's story, even when they just started? Their efforts in showing up, y'all, I think it is commendable how much, me and Brianna talk about this all the time, how much y'all show up. Y'all show up. Some of y'all are the most committed people to showing up that I know. Y'all gonna show up. It's just the translation to the work and actually doing the hard things. The hard things, the things that make you uncomfortable. You got the showing up part together, but it's the harder things. It's the harder things. I don't want you to spend all of your time. Yeah, we don't get paid. We don't get paid money for giving our time. We don't work a job. Yes, you have to put time into this, but ultimately you need to see results because you're doing the harder things. And so that's number 8. Make it harder. Well, Rachel, I feel like what I do is already hard. No, you don't. The task is not hard. You just hard-headed. Facts. And that may be the fear of rejection. That may be the comparison. That may be the frustration. That may be the low levels of energy. I don't know. If you have low levels of energy, what is Rachel going to say to you? So definitely the products, for sure. But most people who have low energy are not moving their body. And I would say most of you guys on here, I don't know if you guys realize this, and this has nothing to do with eliminating distractions, but a lot of times you don't have enough gas because you don't take care of your car. Even a car that people don't use often, if they don't go out and drive it, they'll have mechanical issues. How many of you guys have older grandparents or parents who sit around in chairs all day and then their legs and body don't function the way that it should? Well, guess what? You don't use it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah, it hurts when you walk. You don't walk anywhere. Your ligaments are tight. You don't move. You sit stationary all day long. Guess what? That walk is more beneficial than you sitting on your couch and watching a movie. It is. And so when it comes to this place of leadership, like, just be honest with yourself. Are you really leading yourself? I mean, we on week like 6. Have you really stood up and decided to start leading yourself and start to implement these things that I'm putting before you? Or are you literally penny pinching and trying to pick out and manipulate the system? You can't manipulate this. You can't. This is not a space that you can manipulate. It's not. You have to put forth your best effort and do the work. The game will never be cheap. And this is your game. This is your game. If your check is not growing, it's because you didn't talk to enough people. And that's the same for me. Man, how can I get in front of more people? To TikToks and Reels, best believe it, and putting them all up. Like, because, and they don't even have to be deep ones. And I could definitely do more business ones. TikTok took down one of mine today, and they ain't never hated on one of my business TikToks, but whatever. So I went over there and I made some just regular ones, put them up on my Facebook. Guess what? That's going to bring me new followers. Guess what my followers will see if Facebook lets me, because they've algorithm been real funny acting lately, but I believe God, okay? Because God gonna make a way. But they see my posts for products. They see my posts for business. They see my stories, and that translates to my customers. So all the things that you won't do, or the things that, and I love it when y'all finally start breaking out of y'all shell and really starting to be who you really are. I really curse the space in your life that makes you believe that it's not okay to be you. And it's not okay to be who you are until you figure out who you are. When you see a TikTok and you like, oh, I should make that, get up and make it. Like, literally in that moment, don't go do your hair. Like, literally just do the TikTok. Oh, I'm gonna say this one on together. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Like, literally make it right then and there. And if you want to, if you keep feeling yourself being on TikTok and being like, I'm gonna make this later, maybe you should get up and start getting yourself together, because you're telling yourself something right then and there. You're talking to yourself. You're telling yourself that you don't like the current state of which you are, and that's the state you're in all the time. So imagine how you feel sending out messages. If you don't like that person and how you show up, change it. You better slick that ponytail back. Stop walking around with your hair all over your head. But if you love it, then rock that ponytail with the hair out. You know what I mean? I'm sure it'll get you some views. I'm just saying. If you wear a bonnet all day, like, girl, Bonnet Chronicles, there's people out here that do that. Do what you do. Because I'll make a TikTok in my bonnet. I'm pretty sure I have. I don't care. Be confident in who you wake up and who you are every single day. Stop waiting for the place of perfection. It does not happen like that. It's crazy because I'm learning a new skill right now. And when you learn new skills, you often don't feel like you are doing good enough. You know what I'm talking about? Like you're very, excuse me, mean to yourself, or you're really like critical of yourself and just real nasty. But you be the main one talking about some, girl, you got this. So real question is, do you really believe that? That is such a place of false humility where people be like, I really believe in you, but you don't believe in yourself. So what does belief really even mean to you? What does it mean for you to believe? Because the Bible says, go back a few, love others as you love yourself. So are you projecting on me what you wish you could say to yourself, but it's really fake because you won't say it to yourself? I told my new distributor, I said, use the scripts. I said, you can always add things in there to make it your own. But if you ever are struggling with your belief, don't you ever change the script. And she started laughing. I said, I'm for real. If you are like, I don't know how, don't you dare just tap it and press in, because these scripts were built by people who believe and sign customers and distributors. So you're gonna rock off our belief until you don't be changing maybe and it'll work for you if, like, no, don't touch them scripts. Just press them. Press them. Have the courage to press send. And then because it's my belief, I can say that, sure. Send me the screenshot if you get a reply and you don't know what to say, because I'll give you another reply with my belief until they get in the system. And that doesn't mean you use this as handicaps, but it definitely puts you in a position where you can feed off the energy of somebody else until you create your own. All right, we're to the end of time, guys. Yeah. Like I'm just praying that as you go forward, that you decide to take control of your life. Take control of your life. These are practical. I just gave y'all 8 things practically that you can implement to make sure that you have workspaces that are effective. So what that means is that should translate to customers and distributors. It should translate. It should translate to retention of your team. It should translate to retention of your customers. Try something, give it the time to actually work, and then maybe switch it up after consulting counsel and saying, hey, I think I'm going to switch this up. What do you think? Well, how long have you tried it? A week? Well, maybe you should try for a little longer. Because we give up too easily by ourselves. And that's facts. That's me at the gym. This is why I don't work out by myself. Because baby, I be in there like, ooh, it's burning. She's done. Ooh, it's burning. That must mean it cut. So I should be, that mean I'm done. Because the burn is real. Must be my booty cutting right there. So I think I'm done. And y'all know that ain't true. Well, some of y'all like, well, girl, it ain't never burned for me because I ain't never made it that far. I felt that. That's funny. But I'm gonna pray we're gonna hop off here. It's gonna be a great week. Okay, y'all, listen. Implement. Dear Heavenly Father God, we just love you. We thank you. We thank you for this emerging leader trainer. We thank you for these emerging leaders that are taking control of their lives. And God, we thank you for how you are equipping us to take things to the next level. And so God, I pray over them as they are looking at this list and seeing what things that they can implement into their lives, even if it's just one thing a week or one thing a day or whatever. So whatever it is that helps them get to the next level, God, today, I just cover them as they go forward, as they make these changes in their lives. And God, I'm praying that these are transformations that stick as they are getting stronger and stronger, and they're standing up and they're deciding that they're going to dictate the trajectory of their lives. And so God, we thank you for the new customers that are going to come, the better workspaces, God, the new distributors, God, the recognition that's going to be given, understanding that nothing is too small to recognize. And then also the retention of our customers. We praise you in advance. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. I got to say this, guys. And because I had a moment today, if you are concerned about annoying your friends on Facebook, you're not going to succeed at the level that you desire to. I'm just putting it out there. You should want to annoy them so much that they either want to join you or get up off and make room for somebody else. You either going to get these products, this business, join this host of posts, watch my family, or get up off this thing. Be inspired. And that's what I made a decision. I used to spam the mess because I had so much going on. If you don't have anything to spam, it's because you don't have a lot going on. Get you some business. Who mama used to say that to them, or their grandma or auntie? Go get you some business. That's what y'all need to do. Go get you some business. How do you do that? Send a message to your loyal customer and have them text you back and screenshot and post on your story your loyal customer saying something to you. You don't always have to go take those slides. Post your own doggone loyal customer that has your name in it. Get some before and after pictures from your loyal customer. Put up your own before and after pictures. Talk to your distributor and let your distributor tell you, oh my God, I'm so encouraged. Thank you for thinking of me. Screenshot. It's okay to share about the goodness of God and what he's doing here in this space, but you got to do something. So go get you some business. I love y'all. Good night.